Hey team, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we're going to solve a Python HackerRank problem. Notice it says given an integer n, perform the following. If n is odd, print weird. If n is even and its inclusive range 2 to 5, not weird. Inclusive means it contains both the 2 and the 5. If n is even and inclusive range 6 to 20, we also know we want both of these boundary marks. Print weird. Now if n is even and greater than 20, print not weird. So we're going to come down there and we're going to solve this problem. Let's take one step at a time. Let's begin by figuring out if the number n is odd or even. Now this right here is a very common way to do it. In fact, almost all languages it's done this way. You just say if n is our number that we're getting, then we're going to use the modulus. We're going to say mod 2 equals 0. Now that means it's even. And let's knock out this odd one. If n mod 2 is 1, well, that's odd, right? So here we just print weird. That one's done. Now on the second case over here, where it's even, they want to do a range 2 to 5 and 6 and 20 and greater than 20. Now they're using this word range, so we have to know something about range in order to use that. So range breaks down to a start, a stop, and a step. And that means like if I want to start at range, I want to start at 2 and I want to go to 5 and I'm going to step it by 1. 1 is by default. Then it's actually only going to give me the pattern 2, 3, 4. This doesn't give me the 5 because 5, this range function is called a half open convention. So I start on this number, but I go to the number before this value. So just remember that is a half open. Let me put that down here so you can remember. So half open interval. Okay, so let's do our first if. So if n is even, okay, we're inside of that branch of code 2 to 5. So we say if n in range 2, 6, 2. So I want to start at 2. I want to go up to 6. Don't include 6. So 2, 3, 4, 5. Step 2. Why step 2? Well, I'm inside of a whole block where I'm going to be only working with even. So stepping 2 just makes sense, right? Now I'm going to come down here and print not weird. So come block that down there and put the word not in front of that. Okay, let's knock out the second one. Now if, then it breaks down to else if. N in range, now what is the range? They said 6 to 20. Well, we've learned this is half open. So we need to go plus 1 on that. So we're going to say 6, 21, 2. And now we're going to say, what's he want? Print weird. So kind of want this. And the last one they're saying is this number even and greater than 20. So we can say else if n is greater than 20 and print not weird. Okay, so we have our odd, we have our even. Those are all the tests. Let's try to execute this and notice that we're all done. And there you have Python if else.